All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrecked Podcast. This is episode 4. I have 2 guests with me. It probably sounds a lot better too because we're using the old podcast gear. John wanted to bring it out. Also, John is my friend from home. I'm going to let him introduce himself because you guys are probably like, who the fuck are these guys? So, starting with John, who are you? What do you do?
Damn, you really put me on the spot right now.
Let's go.
I'm John. I'm Joe's friend from home. I'm a photographer, videographer, going to be a cinema photographer, working there. I do pictures of pretty much anything and everything, trying to get into weddings. And that's, I guess, it. I don't know. I'm very bad at this.
We're going to talk about that more. But
weddings. There's a bag there.
Big bag.
We had this conversation today. So, and we got Bryan. I'm sure if you
What's up, guys?
are a fan of the Wrecked Podcast or you watch my content, you know Bryan. So I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, I make content, not education. I like educating editors online and content creators. Yeah,
He's
pretty much it.
the goat of editing, in my opinion.
Thank you.
And he's the shake sauce. You guys know the shake sauce rug. He is the master creator of shake sauce. It's an effect that I use, a ton of people use, and also you have the Creator Pass community now.
Yeah, just educating creators on how to like make money as a creator, building a personal brand, selling digital products. Yeah,
This will be a little kind of a creator pod. So hopefully that if you're watching this, you're a creator yourself and you could gain something from this, some knowledge, some wisdom, you know, some inspiration from us. And before we get started, I want to show you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, new sign. Shout out to Elliot, my editor. He copped this for me. We're going to get it hung up. We're going to get it in the right spot, probably somewhere right here. But I kind of want to keep it off the wall so then I could bring it with me places. What do you think about
you
that?
get like that sticky tape stuff, like Velcro, and you just pull it off.
Yeah, I want it to be portable because I want to do some pods on the go. So
Yeah, you definitely need that.
yeah, all right, let's talk. So Bryan, you are here.
I am.
You are here in LA, but you don't live in LA.
Not currently,
So what are
no.
you currently doing here? Let's tell the people.
Yeah, dude, I'm touring a bunch of apartments. Literally came in yesterday at 4 a.m. and toured pretty much until the evening, and then did the same thing today.
So you're making the leap.
Yeah, I'm making the leap to LA. We're like 99% sure. We haven't found the spot yet, but this is where we want to be. So
All right. So let's talk about what struck that chord. Like what made you say, all right, now's the time. I'm going to actually go there. I'm going to check apartments. I think I have to finally make the move. Like what's the purpose of it for you?
yeah, so I mean, with Creator Pass, I recently started a pod, and as you know, a lot of creators are in LA. So
Oh yeah, check it out. My episode, first one.
yeah, dude, episode number 1. And I've been loving connecting with just other creators, and Chicago just lacks that
Yeah.
a lot. And then also, dude, the winters in Chicago are brutal. And I feel like when the weather's nice, I'm able to get outside, I'm able to create more content, further my business, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, it kind of crushes a little bit of momentum in the winter. So
I can attest to that because
Yeah.
New York, I felt the same way. John lives in New York, right? Yeah. And I kind of felt like I did everything I could do in New York in terms of make connections and work and like all these things. So I felt like I had to take the leap. So are you starting to feel that you've reached your peak in New York and you want to start branching out, or you feel like you're trying to expand now in New York?
I would say obviously expand. I feel like also my change of work over the years compared to I used to do a lot of nightlife stuff. So getting out of that and going into, getting into more of like weddings and like just seeing what you're doing here is completely different. It's motivational and different on mental.
I was gonna say, so from watching me work and watching like the operations out here and how things are run, like what you take from it?
I just like that everyone is on the same page. Like there's someone's gonna tell you no, or I don't like that, or let's do this, let's do that. Everyone has like kind of an input on how to be creative and like switch something up and make it cool, rather than just being a yes man and just not having any creative direction at all. So being around that and seeing how you work and as a team with everyone, and also more of like, I guess it's not just like free-balled in a way. Like it is free-balled, but like in a creative way.
Yeah, it's
you think
it's
about
like
shots.
professional running gun. I call it. Like it's like everything we do is always gonna feel like running gun in terms of the way we shoot content and stuff like that. But it's like calculated chaos.
Yeah,
It's like we'll make it happen, and we somehow make it happen. But I like what you said about the input. That's a big thing with creators, is like, because you could send someone a piece of work and they'll be like, oh, make it more cinematic or do this. It's like, I need input, actual creative input when it comes to stuff like that. And I think that's the one thing out here that, like you said, it's been it's been good is because everyone we show up to the shoot and we like share one brain. You know, we're all brainstorming. Everyone's bringing something to the table. Like today, like we kind of shot that together. That was like a collab
it was
video.
awesome. Like we just the idea with the whole cooler and like how should we do this? Should we do it like this? And then we kind of made it work.
Yeah.
And then we would grab other cameras and we're just like, all right, we're gonna do this shot in literally three different angles.
Yeah.
We did the shot. I'm not gonna say because they'll see it when it comes out.
If you guys see the gorilla reel at the pool, it wasn't all me. John was with me. He helped me out. He planned some of those shots too. So
yeah. So obviously the one shot, it was just how I went, followed the can and like went, and then there was the other shot of. You know, it was just three different angles and different ways to see it and interpret the art of what we were creating. So just in that
collaboration is better than what was the fucking quote? Collaboration's better than competition or some shit like that.
Sure, whatever you say.
Coming together.
I agree.
You make better work together than you try to do it on your own.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So all right, so you're coming out here now. What is the plan? So you're trying to get out of Chicago, right? You're trying to branch off and start fresh and be in a new setting, new environment, new people.
Yeah.
What's the first goal when you get here?
Dude, honestly, just like meeting a lot of people that I've been talking to on the internet for a really long time. Like I feel like we did that one of like my more recent trips to LA, like within the last like 7-ish months or whatever. I think we met in person for the first time.
Yeah.
That's been amazing. Just stay in touch with current friends and just create content with other people. Because right now it's like when I create, I'm kind of creating by myself and that's fun. But like, I think it's like you were just saying, like collaboration's better than, what was it?
What was that sick quote you just said?
Collaborative greater than competitive. So,
Yeah.
that's the
Or just
quote.
by yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's fun just creating with other people. Like I recently just had Chris Boosted come over to my apartment, stay for a week. And it was just like I don't know, just the momentum you have around other like talented creators. Like we're both capable of doing really cool things by ourselves. But when you come together, you get like, you get inspired, you have ideas, you just get so much more done so much quicker. And I think it comes out better.
Yeah.
So like
that's me with him. Like
that's kind of what I'm itching for like here is like that collaboration, but also like just like motivation and pushing yourself like forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a question. How many times have you been to LA?
I've been to LA 6, 7, 8, I don't somewhere around there.
Would you say like the first time you came here, it was kind of like, whatever. And like the more you came here and you got to know, like you were able to do things with people around, like able to go and be around creatives and around people. So when I come here now, compared to when I first came here, I hate it when I first got here. Like the first time I ever came here. And the more I came, every single time, sorry, paused. I was like, that was crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But with, like, the more times I came here, I started to like it more and see why people want to be out here. So I don't know if maybe that was your mentality. The more you came out here, you understood that process of being around creatives and that mindset. You know what I mean?
I think that's a very like fair point. I think I was kind of a little lucky the first time I came out here. I came out here and met Halfway. He's a producer. He owns a collective called like Split Mind and stuff. I went to his studio in West Hollywood, and then literally I went back, and I think a month later I came and stayed in the Hollywood Hills, like in a house, like a team house for producers with him for like 2 months. So I think I really quickly like found the value there. And then I did end up going back home and kind of like craving that a little bit. But like I was still like very early on my YouTube journey and stuff. And I felt like there was still like room that I could make in Chicago. And now I feel like I like you were saying, kind of outgrew it a little bit. Yeah. And I'm itching for that again.
I feel that's exactly how I feel. Every time I come here, every single time now it's different. Like the last time I came here, I was here in March for like the LA Marathon. A good friend of mine, he was running the marathon. And he knows, he's friends with this guy, Cody. I don't know, I'm sure some people might know who he is. And he's friends with Jeff Wittick.
Okay.
So like we were just being around them, like the day we were filming for the marathon, and the kid Oscar, people will know who he is. Well,
sure.
Just being around them and they're creative. When I went home, that from that trip, I had like a completely different mindset on life. I was like these people are like, training for a marathon is crazy hard. Like doing that is extremely mentally hard. Like you're running 26 miles, like 4 or 5 hours. So when I came home from that, my whole brain like switched, and now I want to be out here. So when he hit me up, he was like, "Yo, like come out this week. I have a lot of shit going on." I was like, "Yo, I'm coming."
It's all about people, bro.
That's what it is. It's not even LA. It's like if you have the connections, because like if like someone's like listening to this pod or watching, and they come out here and they don't know anyone,
it's tough.
It's a cool experience for sure. Beautiful state. There's a lot to do, but like if you're not meeting up with other creators and stuff, like that's like 95% of the reason I'm coming out here. The weather's beautiful, beautiful state. But if it was without creators, I'd probably be in like Florida or Texas or something.
I feel like what you said before with the people, like who you're with, like first time you came out, you weren't really excited.
I was just coming to LA, like, ooh, LA.
Yeah, because I feel like when you first come out, you're kind of looking from the outside. You're like watching people be successful. You're like watching people have fun, and you're just like a, what's the word? You're just a spectator.
Product of the environment.
You're a spectator.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
You're just watching people. But then when you come and you connect and actually engage with the people, and you go on a set like today, like you were on a legit set the past few days, like then you're like, oh shit, I want to be a part of this. Like we're kind of like putting fuel to your fire, right? Like you come out here, you see us grinding, you want to create. Now you're gonna go home with all this fucking, you're all amped up.
Mental. Like it's sometimes
we just shot for 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna go home and be like, fuck, I want to create now. I want to create something for myself.
Yeah, but some people can also take, like, there's obviously people who will get that and they'll go home like, nothing.
Yeah. No,
like, I'm not gonna do it. But since like this time when I went home, like in March, and I came home, I was like, all right, let's do this. And I just like seriously started.
it's all about
taking it
perspective,
seriously,
bro. You
so-
can look at people and be like, oh, I'll never do that.
Yeah.
Or you can look and be like, wow, I want to be a part of that. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get to that position.
And also back to what he said too. Sometimes it really is whoever you know. Like I didn't even know really who Jeff Wittig was, or
Dude,
the guys
connections
that
is
be in a
everything.
room with someone who has so many following. Like I said, I didn't really know who he was.
It's the truth though. It's like the harsh truth. Like who you know is a lot of where you're gonna go in life and the directions you can go and the doors that'll open for you.
I didn't think about earlier, like the girl that we were with, the manager or the director of Gorilla Mine was just like, he was like, yeah, dude, you're just like talking to her super like normal like casual conversation. She was like,
John was shooting Lean Beef Patty. If you guys know Lean Beef Patty,
Oh yeah.
she's like
I've seen her.
one of the biggest female fitness influencers. And John's kind of just like, hey, come over here. Like, let's get some photos over here. He just thinks it's like he's treating her just like another person on set. And like, that's what's cool is like, these people are on the biggest scale ever.
and I really just
And they get treated like a normal person.
Dude,
like, that's what they like.
It's real out here. It's so funny. We were driving through Topanga Canyon.
Yeah,
And I looked to
on the
my
best drive.
I looked to my left, and it's just Jaden Smith. I was like, baby, that's Jaden Smith in the car next to us. And I was like, I just thought it was so funny. Like, that's not like obviously like I wasn't talking to him or whatever, but like it was just like such a casual.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, and like it definitely does widen your perspective of like what's possible when you're out here. Like my good friend Half, he's really, really successful in the producer space. And now, like when I first met him, he just had a small studio in West Hollywood, and now he has a literally like a mansion in like Beverly Hills, and it's a team house of like producers, and it's like it's so cool to see so cool to see that like literally like 10 producers live there, and like they make music and they make content. It's like, and they're literally a 5-minute walk from Rodeo. I'm just like, holy shit, like it's
Bro,
so
imagine
that's possible.
Imagine us living together. Like the past few days, he's been staying here, and like we come back, we'll like dump our footage, we'll like talk about the clips, and like it's a whole different. I can't explain it. It's like a whole different energy in here when you got another person like chiming in on input and like, yo, we should do this, and like edit it this way. And I just it felt good to get that spark back, like because I used to in Texas, I lived with 3 guys, like we lived together.
Yeah.
And it was coming home every day and like having conversations with them. And I come home now, I'm here with my girlfriend obviously, but like I'm kind of just by myself locked in on the content. And there's no input really coming in from anyone else.
Yeah.
So I think a creator house like that, I don't know if that exists, like videographers living together, but that shit's fucking sick. That's a good idea.
I'm finding out more and more that we're a lot more alike than I thought too.
Well, dude, we do the same thing.
I know, and it's crazy how we started.
That's why
too.
me and Bryan like get along so well, because we're in the same lane. Like we do the same shit. We understand the same stuff. It's like you surround yourself with people that do the same shit, and it's the greatest feeling. You feel inspired. You feel motivated. You feel like you could connect with somebody, and you're learning from each other.
Yeah, and I feel like you can just like respect creatives like when they're to it like a certain level too. You just like know what they went through to get to that level, and it was like what we've hung out in person maybe 5 times, but I feel like we're like super good friends just because of like I just understand what it took to get here, and like you understand like vice versa. So it's so cool to like, and then you slowly find out that like you had very similar hobbies as kids and stuff. It's just like for some reason in the creative space and in photography, videography, editing and stuff, like everyone kind of has like the same hobbies and does the same kind of things growing up that leads there.
Yeah, it's dope.
A lot of the time.
When you hear creator stories and you're kind of like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
He had the same camera. He started with the same camera as me. Like he has the same editing program as me. Like he used to take photos of cars. Like I used to do that.
Yeah.
And like you start connecting, you're like, oh, wow. Like to get to their level, it isn't this Mission Impossible. Like they all started the same way you started.
Dude, it's
Same
like
with the weddings. Like he wants to get into weddings, and he did a few gigs, right?
Yeah,
Like back in the day, but now you're like consistent with it, and you're starting to feel like, oh shit, like I could compete with the guys that are like
that I would even be like, wow,
the
this
big-
is like I
yeah,
could do
like-
this.
like, oh, these are the guys everyone looks up to, like, and you're like, well, I could kind of create something like that too, and you start trusting yourself more. The better you get, you build confidence in yourself, and you go into these shoots like, yo, I could do the same work as the guy that's getting paid $6,000 for a wedding.
There's two ways to look at things in life. You can run from it, or you can run towards it.
Yeah,
And I'm running towards it.
that's good, bro. And like you coming out here is part of that process.
It made me hungrier.
Hell yeah, bro. That's what me going to Texas changed my life. Like I went to Texas, quit my job. Like I always talk about the story, obviously, but that shit changed my life. Getting in a new environment, surrounding myself with these new people that I never met before, but they fucking inspired the shit out of me. And I was like, wow, that's where I gotta be.
yeah.
And that's what everybody needs to do, bro. I'm not saying like pack your shit and quit your job, but like
Be around, be around,
Shouldn't clear your job.
just be
I was
around
telling him, like-
like-minded people. That's like that's what you need to do.
yeah,
Cut out the negative people who doubt you or don't support you, because there's so many people that you wouldn't even know that really do that, and they subliminally do it,
yeah,
or they just anything. Like think about a small time. I'm a small time photographer from Staten Island, New York, and I'm taking pictures or doing something, and you don't think to maybe support that if you know me, whether we don't have to be best friends or not. You know, I could just know you and just be like, oh, he's cool, he's doing this. Maybe I have a bridal shower coming up, like maybe we can hit him up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like I feel like where we come from, especially a lot of people are closed-minded in that sense.
Yeah, I would say close-minded in the fact that like they don't want to support someone that comes from the same place and is doing better. It's like, oh, fuck that
Like,
guy.
oh, he's doing something different. That's weird. Like, why isn't he doing this like where everyone else is doing?
Yeah, but that's why it's cool, bro. You get out and you go explore, and you go to Texas like I did, and I'm like, wow, these people they give a fuck about me. They actually care about like
Yeah.
my success and what I'm doing for work, and if I need anything, like I got you. And like these people I just met, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh wow, there's a whole world out there that's untapped that most people don't know because they're scared to go explore. You gotta explore, bro.
That's why I'm here. I'm here.
No, I'm kidding.
Go get a regular job.
Nah. But Bryan, what other plans do you have for when you come out here? So obviously you're gonna keep doing what you're doing, but do you want
Yeah.
to start a new venture, a new something, pick up something?
It's kind of honestly like the Creator Pass thing. I
Yeah.
think it's like really just like dialing in the pod, making a little bit more like personal content, like just content for myself. Because like right now I kind of download videos online and edit that stuff. And
Central C one was sick.
yeah, thank you, dude. Yeah, so
dope.
just like filming more stuff. Who knows? Maybe do a few music videos. I haven't like shot a music video in a while,
You should.
dude. I know.
I should shoot a music video and do a whole BTS, like be mic'd up the whole time.
Yeah, and I should also like show the whole editing process because I haven't done that for how many videos? I have like 350 videos on my channel. I don't have a full step-by-step like music video.
Bro, do a
it's so
video
smart.
where you literally shoot the whole video,
Yeah.
show the process, and then you literally sit down and edit and show the whole process.
Yeah, that's actually so smart. I should absolutely do that.
People would eat that up. I'd watch start to finish.
Yeah.
I need to see your content because I'm like curious now to what like.
Yeah, it's so dope.
What is-
Yeah,
I
these
just, like,
guys-
make-
I don't
these guys
even
just
know.
met.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a crazy editor. Like you're just a beast. That's what I'm listening to. That's what I'm getting out of this right
Thank you, dude. Yeah, no, I think I've just been making music video tutorials for so long. And like the thing is, like we were just saying, like all like people in the music video space, like there's gonna be so many people listening that had a Canon T3i, shot like skateboard or like bike edits, and then like also edited Call of Duty. That's like 90%.
now. Me and this guy have the same history. I he used to do Call of
That's
Duty
exactly
videos.
what he
Yeah, dude, that's literally what I just said. Like all creators do
Well,
that exact.
he wasn't into that video game stuff. So you were
Nah,
into this
really?
stuff? I'm crazy.
Did you do skate or bike stuff though?
I did like cars and
Okay, that's kind of like
I did some
skateboarding.
music stuff early on.
Yeah,
You were into like the trick shot type that type of Call of Duty scene.
I did the trick shot, but before that I was doing like, if you guys know Pro Mod, it's like this like PC, it's super nerdy
remember
Call of
Pro-
Duty.
I
Yeah,
remember
it's like
Pro Mod.
yeah, it's like Pro Mod. It's like you can like change like the FOV of like the
Yeah,
gun,
yeah.
like you can change so much shit. So yeah, I used to do that and then trick shotting as well.
The trick shot. I was into like
Yeah.
I was in like all those teams. That was like my thing. I used to edit Call of Duty videos.
Oh, dude, I was like a 13-year-old kid, just like in all the teams, just getting taken advantage of, just editing all their videos for sure.
Well, like MLG and them.
no, it was
it's
like trick shot, like what Phase used to be back in the day, like trick shotting, Modern Warfare
Like
2, Black Ops.
intervention, fucking
you ever see like Ilcams?
yeah.
Yeah, there's like that stuff.
Those videos. Were
That's what we were doing.
Yeah,
We were editing those videos,
I was
those
doing
trick
that.
shot
I was doing that
montages.
like 13, just like
Wait, so those videos, you're literally taking like a full gameplay.
It's like literally
And then you're
piecing
literally
together a story for like a normal edit. You'd be like, say like just a wedding video or one of your reels.
So like the picture of the whole gameplay is like 30 minutes long. You're
No.
just cutting out the.
No, the clips are given to you by clips because that's how they hit them. So they hit the clips and they put like 12 clips together for an episode, and then you edit the episode to a song, and you just there's like a whole.
Oh, so you just put it together and like
It's like a
match the
montage.
kills to the beat and shit.
Yeah, it's a montage of the best clips or best kills. Yeah.
I've seen a million, but I never understood like the process of editing those. You just find a song and kind of like kill to the beat.
But you could be so terrible and just do any like just put the clips together. They could be like if I show you some different edits, you'd be like, wow, this.
What was that?
sick.
After Effects?
After Effects. That's
Yeah.
right. I used After
You were-
Effects since 2011. Yeah.
That's
Really?
like- yeah, I was all After Effects.
See, that's
Did you start Sony Vegas?
Dude, I can't remember if I was.
He doesn't
Sony
even know what that
Vegas.
is.
No,
Sony
I was. I can't remember the timeline, but I for sure used Sony Vegas and After Effects at the same time for sure.
Yeah, because Sony Vegas had like
The
some-
velocity.
Yeah, there was the velocity.
The speed rapid. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Dude,
And then
if anyone's
Twixter-
at
and then
Adobe's
Twixter came
watching
out.
this video, please add velocity into fucking Premiere Pro because that'd be so fire.
Now then they changed it to Twixter. That was like the After Effects plugin. Was
That's a
Twixter.
plugin. I love Twixter. It's still good, dude.
Yeah, you could that was like slow motion, but like in the craziest, cleanest way possible.
All right, so from that, what was the first transition
To like,
to like what was the next thing you started editing?
well, dude, that wasn't even the beginning though. But like, yeah, I mean, Call of Duty was for sure like where I started getting like, I guess, good at editing or learning the softwares. And then I just started making like vlogs and just kind of like silly stuff like in high school or like like 7th, 8th grade, stuff like that. And then I shot my first music video for like a school project. We like we went all out. Like my friend Quinton, he like we record because what we were supposed to do for this project was make a music video to an existing song, and we were like, all right, we're gonna make our own song, and then we're gonna make a music video to it. And it's so funny because my friend Quinton now is like a YouTuber that does engineering and producing, and like that's his whole time job.
Wow.
And like I was the one that shot it, and like I do music video tutorials.
See, like, that's
it's
fucking
so
sick,
cool how that progressed.
That's where your youth is so important. Like what you get into when you. That's why I tell
Absolutely.
people start. Like my only regret is not starting soon enough.
Yeah.
That's my only regret.
I agree.
I don't have any regrets like what I did in life. It's just like I wish I fucking picked the camera up sooner. I wish I like thought about the future sooner.
And just more consistent too. Like even like I'm like reflecting on my last 3. Like I just did a video and I was like talking about like my YouTube journey, and I was like the only thing I wish I did differently was just post more consistent. It's not like really a regret, but it's like if I were to go back in time, that's just what I would just be more consistent.
Push yourself more.
Yeah.
I had a hiatus for a while. Like
What age?
I stopped editing Call of Duty videos in 2015. Believe it or not.
I think I stopped in either 2014 or 2015
2015.
too.
My
That's funny.
last thing was because that's
These guys
when
are best friends.
That's when I graduated high school. So 2015, and I think I went to we had like the whole you graduate, and you go to like the shore or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You go to like Seaside or
like
or
18,
Wildwood.
18, 19.
No, that was like like right after high school. That was you go there after. So
Wait,
I
you guys
went,
got to explain this. Like this is definitely like some New York or
Like
something.
after high school, you like go down to the Jersey Shore and get
like after you graduate, it's like you go to your prom, and then after the prom, there's like a weekend that you spend basically just like everyone from your class goes to like a certain spot, like whether it's Wildwood, New Jersey, or
It's like your
Seaside.
last.
Oh, and
hoorah
you get like a
altogether.
house together or
Yeah.
something. Oh,
Or
okay.
you rent out a whole hotel. Like
Oh.
everyone gets their own room in a hotel.
It's,
and-
it's your last time hanging out with everybody from high school.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we did that, and I was in the middle of editing an episode for like a really like one of the bigger teams. It was like for Synergy. I don't know if no one's in the probably know. He knows.
Wait, what was your name?
Oxy. OXEY.
Oh,
I was in a lot of teams too, like AE7, SB.
Wow, that's
I was
crazy.
in
I
the
probably
bigger
like
teams.
I've definitely seen your shit.
Link. I was in Link. I was in all those big teams.
Yeah, I know all those. I was never in any of those.
So you were the guy that was a little bit under there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I was getting like lead editor roles too. I think I
Damn.
violated him. So I had so I was in the middle of editing that episode, and I was kind of in a creator funk, and I used to edit on like a piece of shit Macintosh, like not a Macintosh, like a
Trackpad?
Toshiba.
Trackpad?
Yeah,
Ugh.
like After Effects on a
Really?
Toshiba
Yeah.
laptop that was not able to handle any of this.
Okay.
So I always kind of gave it bare minimum too, and I went down to like the Wildwood thing, and I literally, no joke, just never answered the guy and gave him his episode, and I just literally acted dead on that identity for literally years and didn't tweet or ever talk on it ever again. And
Just to not face that.
because I
one
was like, yo,
person.
what am I doing? I'm like, I just graduated high school. Why am I editing Call of Duty videos at 18 years old? This is crazy.
Were
I
you
was
getting paid?
17. No. So I was like, what the fuck am I doing? So I just stopped, and I was like, where is this really not going to take me anywhere? And then I had the hiatus, and then me and Tom started doing YouTube pranks. I used to do YouTube pranks.
I've done YouTube pranks.
Yeah, me
I have
and
done
this kid-
YouTube pranks. Too.
All right, but let's talk about that. Like, you got into it though because you genuinely just enjoyed it. You weren't getting paid.
Yeah, the editing. Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm creating. Like, I always loved the idea of creating something.
So there you go. That's how the spark happened.
Yeah.
You fell in love with you fell in love with the whole Call of Duty, making edits and shit.
Because I would see a really sick editor from the dudes that are in the higher teams. I'm like, dude, this edit is sick. How is this guy so like, the way he pieced together this, even though it was just Call of Duty clips, the story of it and the music, the sync, the sound effects, it was just
making
so.
you feel type of way. That's like art.
So I was just like, I always wanted to do that. And I was getting to a point where I was about to be the guy getting in those teams. And I just, for some reason, just was like, what am I doing? And I just.
Well, I think you kind of just, you knew there was more lanes to explore.
Maybe.
Kind of like, I'm kind of over this.
A hiatus from the actual creative sense of like editing was a couple of years until when did me and you link up to do that photo shoot? 2017?
It was like 2017, yeah.
That's crazy.
And I had, what camera? I had like a
T6.
Rebel T6 that I bought from, I fucked that about that. I have an Amazon. Yeah, I probably just ordered it on Amazon. Or I got it from, no, I think I got it from Best Buy. I don't know. I had a Rebel T6, which is like a camera you could literally just go buy right now in the store. And I remember he was posting photos. Like, he was kind of.
Yeah, because I went to Greece and stuff, so I just randomly started taking just photos. I was just posting. These are cool. Like, I'm kind of getting into it. This is cool. I could post dope photos of myself. Like,
what were you using at the time to shoot?
I had picked up an 80D a year before in 2016. Like,
that camera used to be a beast.
That was the
I remember like I had a T3 on. I was like, I want a fucking 80D so bad.
I was always the guy that I want to do things. I want to do the things in the best possible way. Like, I would watch Casey Neistat's videos.
Yeah.
He was shooting a 70D. The 80D came out. Easy. Buy. Boosted board. One of those. Boom. Got that.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, that board was insane.
Made $700 off my prank videos and immediately went and bought Sennheiser body mics, like the best top things you can spend, like off the rip. Yeah. That's when I started learning about reinvesting, because I wasn't really doing that when I was editing the Call of Duty videos.
Yeah. Well, you were
also a lot younger.
Back to what we were saying. You were posting just photos that you were taking.
Yeah, just.
And I was like, we have mutual friends, so I kind of came across his content. I'm like, shit, I'm trying to learn cameras and shit. So I reached out to him. I'm like, yo, you think we could like link up and you kind of like hold my camera and get the settings right, and then I'll fucking play with it. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. And we linked up that day. The photos are still on my page, I think, if you go all the way down.
I think they are.
That's so sick.
All the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just met up at some like it's called the Tanks, like by our house. It's just this big abandoned tank, and we're just taking like these
Yo, what's
artsy.
your f-stop at, bro? And just like,
yeah, we're just taking like these artsy photos, like fucking leaves and like plants.
Yeah, we all had the same lives.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah. Still shooting JPEG.
Everyone has shot like a flower just because
they learned about f-stop and they're like, look at this.
Wow, there's a blurry background. That's sick.
You lock the focus, you're like, oh my god, I'm a photographer. I'm a photographer. That's it.
No, literally.
But yeah, we've linked up. We've just fucking. I was just asking. I was like, bro, how do I use this camera? What's F mean? What does this mean? That was it. And the rest is history. We kept practicing. He was learning too. Like he didn't really know anything yet. He just knew more than me, and we were kind of like just bouncing off each other. And that's how, bro. Everyone starts the same way. Like you just said, it's like we all have the same story. It's like what you do after is the difference.
Yeah.
Who takes more risk? Who does more fucking like crazy shit to get to the next level? It's like people that settle are still there.
I feel like my biggest thing,
moves.
Like you kind of like found your lane a little bit sooner, because I went through almost the same motions that he did. So he still did the nightlife stuff. He went and we did engagement together.
When you say nightlife, like just a club promotion videos kind of deal?
Yeah, like bars and stuff.
Yeah,
like
we have an event tonight. Do a recap video, like 1 minute recap video of the night. Yeah, which sucks.
But yeah, so it's like
you have to like do it that night.
It's just the crowd. You got like you're in there with your gear. People are drunk, and it's not easy money. It's like
you can't control the content. So you know how many times I would get sent out these places, and I go there like, yeah, they're gonna be sick tonight, and I get there and it's literally dead, and there's like 10 people in there, 20 people.
You have to make it look like there's 100 people.
What am I supposed? I would leave. I would literally leave. I'm not forced. I don't care about money enough to the fact that I'm gonna sit there and force myself to create something that I'm not gonna even enjoy myself.
Well, it's not gonna be beneficial for the business.
It's not. I literally said I'd rather save you guys the money. I'm gonna go home. I've been here for 15, 20 minutes. The place is not getting busy. I'm leaving. But it wasn't like in a disrespectful way. I don't drink, so that's a whole other thing to get into. But I don't drink alcohol.
That's not your lane, bro.
Yeah, so I feel like he figured his out kind of quick.
Yeah.
Not quick. He went a couple years, but once he really understood it and what he wanted, it was like nothing. It was just like it was the game stock. GameStop stock.
Yeah.
GME.
What was your what was the first thing that you touched? Was the music stuff?
It just fires like having
Like,
success or
the
just
first thing
starting.
The first thing that was like, yes, this is the path I want to go in terms of like the category of what you were editing.
Yeah, I think it was music videos. Like I dropped out of school. I like been doing music videos for a little bit, and then like I worked at this beauty care company, and I was like doing their like, I guess like creative direction. Like I was the only person on there. Like I was doing like the photos, videos, Facebook ads. So like
You were like social media savvy.
sure, yeah. Like I kind of understood that lane, and then I was just shooting music videos, and then I really liked it. I started making money from it. COVID hit, and then I just started doing tutorials, and that's when I was like, okay, this is my lane. As soon as like just like January 2021, I was like, yeah, this is it.
Would you say it's because you got the best feedback so far from your work from that stuff?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
people engaging with it?
I think it's so like inspired, or like it's so motivating to see like someone's like, yo, dude, this really helped me, thank you.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting that from music videos, because like you just don't really get that from music videos, like unless you're like making music videos for like a top tier artist or something, then like you're not really being like, yo, dude, this like changed my life or really helped me. And like just providing value and showing someone how to do something, like they're like inherently like, thank you.
Yeah, I also feel like that like getting in music videos is hard because
Dude, yeah.
most people, unless you're a creative person, you're not watching YouTube being like, oh, this is fucking dope. I wonder who made this.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just say like Cole Bennett makes a music video. We're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But he made that name to the point like his music videos, you know, it's him.
Yeah.
So some people it's just like whatever, they're just music videos. So you don't really know.
You need the personal brand attached to it, because otherwise like
It's just a music video.
Yeah,
at that point.
like he definitely makes great music videos, but like if he didn't have a personal brand, not as many people would care about it. Like there would still be
1000%.
great music videos for sure. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's the brand attached to it.
Yeah, I agree. I want to wonder like what made you like think, okay, maybe like this. I mean, besides the fact of the satisfaction out of it,
Yeah.
to go tutorials, you know.
Well, I don't know. I've always been like, I always call myself like a creative entrepreneur, because like I've always been starting business. Like while I was editing, I was like charging people like $5 for like graphic design on like PayPal, like back in the
used to do
day.
the same thing.
And like I would like I tried drop shipping in high school. Like I did like print on demand stuff. So I was always just trying to like figure out a way to make money like alternatively than like getting a job. And I was selling digital products like I think I started in like 2017, 2018. And I realized that if I can show someone how to do something and also mention my product in it, it's like a lot. Like I can help someone and also like make money from that.
Yeah.
So you kind of understood the
Like I was providing
you kind
value.
of understood the business side of it kind of rather quick,
Well,
which kind of made you like influence you like I can make money on this, but I also enjoy doing it
It started to
Absolutely.
influence your content to get more
because you're like he was
value,
the reason that
value
I
content instead
I would
of
even though
entertainment.
I'm sorry I keep talking over you.
No, I was saying like his once he got that taste of it, then your content shifted to more like teaching content instead of entertainment content.
Yeah, because you not only did you really enjoy it, you were also like, okay, I can make money doing this. Like, why would I keep doing one thing that's not? Not that you weren't excelling in it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't really doing it for you. And on top of it, it wasn't really there. Or even if you were making the money off it, you might have feel like, this is not it for me.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Like after COVID and stuff, I kind of stopped making music videos. Like, and I just hadn't seen any money. I realized like I don't have a college degree. I don't have like anything. I didn't know what to do. And like when I started having success, I was like, I enjoy doing this. I'm helping people, and also like this is my way to like be free and also be able to create what I want without having to like work for someone else. So like for sure, yeah.
I love that because I would say he was kind of the reason. Like I was already into photos. Like for me, it was more of a hobby.
Yeah.
So I wasn't looking at it as like, okay, I can really make money off this. Even though he would hit me up for a couple of jobs and then this and that. But there's one job where like we're literally published authors in books.
Yeah, we're published.
Whoa.
And he brought me onto that job. And he's like, dude, come help me out with this for the day. Like just, overlook things. Help me do this. Help me do that. He's like, I'll give you $800 for the day. And I'm like, what? I can make $800 in a day? Are you
Bro,
kidding
if
me?
that guy, if I forgot his name, if he's watching this, I'm sorry. We weren't ready for that.
We really weren't. And yet the budget was good. He got paid like a couple thousand for it.
Bro,
but it
I
was
will
like-
never forget this. This is, I think I've said this before, but like, so I get reached out to by this guy, right? And he's writing a book, and they need photos for the book, right? So I'm like, at the time, I'm kind of a photographer. Like I'm kind of like
It was just the beginning of your fitness.
yeah.
It
I
was just the
started my
beginning of it.
page, so I have a little bit of a portfolio. I get this fucking DM or so, text, I don't know what it was, and it was like, hey, we want to hire you for like shooting the photos for this book. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they're like, hey, let us know when we can hop on a call. They call me. I'll never forget this, bro. I think I was in a it was in a hotel room. I was like on like bodybuilding. Like, it was like, at one of my shows. I got the call, and he's like, yeah, we're a little tight on budget though. I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, what? Yeah. He's like, the best we could do is like 1,400 for the. I'm like, I literally like dropped my phone. I was like, 1,400, bro. I'm talking like I was making $100 for taking some photos at the time, and this guy's like, yeah, we're tight on budget. We do 1,400, and I'm like, holy. In my brain, I'm like, holy shit. But I'm like, all right, yeah, it's okay. We'll make it work. Like I was acting all like.
Because you have to be confident, otherwise you just throw everyone off.
Yeah.
So you were just like, okay, I can do this. Like,
I sounded so fucking confident, and then I hung up. I'm like, all right, lock it in. So I'm like, fuck, I need help. So I call him, and I'm like, bro, I just got this gig, $1,400. We're gonna get. We just gotta take some photos, record some audio, right? You gotta like.
Yeah, I had to I bought those body mics.
Bro, we show up. We shoot this. We shoot these photos. I don't even know what I was doing, bro. They were so blue, the photos, because I didn't know white balance or anything.
Oh, we were. I don't know how.
And then he's recording video. You were good with the audio though. Like you knew.
I was always. It's crazy because I always.
You knew your mics from doing the YouTube shit.
Kind of, yeah.
So
I always
like, the
kind of
audio
had
was
some
fire.
sort of knowledge with everything. I just kind of like knew bits and pieces. I wasn't like expertised on it, but I was always a little touched in every subject.
Yeah, so we fucking did it. We made it happen. Took the photos, recorded the videos. We left, and we were like, holy shit. Like, we just made, how much money did we just make? Like, 800 each, 700 each, whatever it was. And, yeah, that was it. I don't want to say fake it till you make it, but, like, we were just confident, and we made it look like we knew what we were doing. We did not know what we were doing.
Yeah. I
That
feel
was
like
a
that
great
probably
story.
like
That was
widened your perspective too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, whoa, I can actually like make money. Like, it doesn't have to be $100 per time. Like, I can like,
that's why
it's
I
a
asked,
business. Yeah.
That's why I asked, but maybe for you, the way you realized that was the same way, you know, maybe you were like, okay, wow, I could do this and I can make money off it. Like, he was the one that made me think, okay, wow, I can make money using my camera.
Yeah.
So that's when I started getting more into like doing whatever I was doing. I would do everything. I still do engagements and I was doing car pictures and I was doing everything, food pictures. Yeah. And like just doing that, I was like, I can make money off doing this. This is crazy.
Yeah, but also it
For sure.
it changes your perspective. Like the money's out there. There's people that will pay a lot of money for content. Like obviously we've gotten better since then. Like at the time we were already, but like you know what I mean. To hear like 1,400 in our brains we're like, oh my god, but to them that's nothing. You know, that's them having a low budget. So it's cool. Like you get that first taste of money when you're working for yourself and you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you know. And
Absolutely.
after that, the rest is history. But we started grinding. We were like, we gotta learn this shit. We have to be like masters at this, so then we could really get hired for this and fucking.
It's crazy now thinking, we're like, 1,400 is a low budget. You know, at the time we're like, oh shit, 1,400. Now that's like almost like a low budget. You know, like coming from the world that you're in. For me, it's still kind of a lot.
For that workload, that kind of was like. I don't think I would take that job.
Now it's underpaid, but then at the time we're like, oh shit, that's like I probably wouldn't do that that. Like we were there for like 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah, we were literally there for like 8 hours.
We were there a long time, and it wasn't just like one set of work. It was we had to do multiple different things. It was a lot of work for what we were getting paid.
I don't know. That's a good story to look back on. Like
that is.
You start somewhere, bro. Do you remember your first paid gig?
So my first paid music video gig was actually my first music video ever.
Jesus
so
Christ. That's sick.
Yeah,
right into it.
And it was actually like for what my skill level was pretty solid. I remember it was $240.
Not 250.
Not 250. I think he talked me down from 250. Actually, I think I pitched 250 and he said 240. I was like, we'll take it. But yeah,
whoever that guy is, go fuck yourself. That's
literally.
No. Ryan Major, he's a beast. I've shot 2 music videos for him. He's a good guy. But I remember I reached out to this recording engineer in Chicago, Ear God, and I was like, hey, I will come and shoot photos and videos for you for 100% for free. I asked that you just introduce me to some of your artists, like that you're recording for. So I went into the session. I made him a cool promo video. I think I came back the next week. Ryan Major was there, and I was like, hey, dude, let's shoot a music video of this song you're making right now. It's really good. And we did that, like in the parking lot.
So you told him, yo, let's shoot a video for your song.
Yeah, I was like, let's do this.
He didn't want to shoot a video. That wasn't like a plan.
No, it wasn't.
That was pretty confident of you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like
you said, we're doing.
Well, how were your skills at the time? Like, were you kind of advanced in editing at that time?
I knew how to edit. I didn't know like what looked good and like cohesive. I for sure I think it was worthy of 240. Probably not much more.
Not 250.
But, yeah.
I mean, it sounded like you were still pretty confident. If you approach him and say, let's do this, you were pretty confident.
Well, dude, I was at the point where like I had like I dropped out of school and like this is kind of like my life. Like I kind of had to be. Like I was like back against the wall. It's like it's either like I figure out how to make this shit work and actually make money, or I'm like working at like McDonald's or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly
So it's like,
bro. You get more aggressive when you have to make it work.
For sure.
I wish I did like kind of now. I feel like I had a long period of life where I wasn't like I would want to do things. And then I would never really do them. Like I felt you could probably.
Oh yeah. Well, when you
now
give
I'm
yourself
at that point where it's completely different. Like now I'm at the age, even though I have rent, I have car payments. I have a lot of bills. It's not like, I could just. I don't have a college degree. I don't have a real job. For me, it's right now. It's literally there's no plan B. There never really was a plan B. I never planned on getting a real job and like doing that.
Yeah.
Because I just always knew I was going to figure it out. But right now, knowing what I want to do in my life is, like I said, we're gonna like the wedding stuff, and I also sell cars.
Nice.
So like I literally planned in a year from now, I will be selling like X amount of cars that I know that I'll be living off that, and then doing X amount of weddings.
Yeah.
Just like there's literally no plan B for me right now.
Well,
it's literally that, and that's it.
When you have
And you'll make it work because
That's what I'm saying. Like the
or
same
you'll
way,
be
tunnel
homeless.
vision.
So like you'll fucking figure it out.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if the thing is like if you're literally against the wall like that, like you will figure it out because the only other option is just a not enjoyable life.
Literally, because I haven't even had a full-time job in over a year now.
Yeah.
Like I stopped working a full-time job, and I had my months where I was literally just doing nothing, just like depressed and like what the fuck, like what am I gonna do in my life? And I literally now figured out what I want.
Yeah.
And I'm like so confident on it.
That's it.
And so ready to go. Even it's crazy because. What you do is like, do I go get a real job now? Like I'm unemployed. I'm for 6 months now. I'm 26, turning 27. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And it was just got to the point where I was just like, yo, all right, like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you got this.
Yeah. Well, when you have no safety net, that's when you go harder.
Yeah.
Like when I quit my job and went to Texas, I was like, all right, now I have to fucking make this work. I can't. There's no time to be lazy because what am I gonna do?
That's
So
kind of what I'm looking for out here too.
Yeah,
like
bro.
I've had like a little form of complacency in the last like few years because it's just been like selling digital products and stuff. Like I don't have to like work for other people. Like it's a pretty steady source of income. Like and it pays well. So it's like if I've recently been like, okay, I want more just for the sake of like not even wanting more, but I know if I want more, I'll end up actually helping more people. So I've kind of like transitioned like my mindset into like being greedy, but like actually just like having a reward for helping more people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, if you upscale your life,
Yeah.
your apartment, if you kind of want to upscale your work, then you're trying to go harder, do more,
Yeah,
find out more ways to make money because your life is getting bigger and
absolutely.
bigger apartment. You're living in LA, like your cost of living's up. You're like, I got to go harder, and then you start, looking at different avenues to make money and starting doing new things.
Yeah.
It's like being in the wild. Just
That's it, bro. Yeah.
you're in the jungle. That's
Dude,
it.
the one thing I realized about business like fairly recently is like the more money you make, if you're doing business properly, the more people you're actually helping.
Yeah.
So if you can like make that mindset shift, like if you're like, okay, well I just like sold like this many products or I just shot this many videos, like cool, you did make the money from that too. But you also just help that many more people. So if you can scale your business, you're not only helping yourself by making more money, having a more enjoyable lifestyle or whatever, but you're also just like helping a lot of other people.
Yeah, you're bringing more value to their business.
Absolutely.
That's what I look at. Like I work for other people. I make videos for the brands that I work for.
Yeah, and they
So-
value your time.
Yeah.
Which is
So if
most
my
important.
video is sick and goes crazy, it's making their brand look better, and it's just a win-win all around. It makes me feel fucking so fulfilled. That's the goal.
That's how you know you're in like a good space for business too. Like you're actually helping and not just like, because that $1,400 story kind of sounded like you guys kind of like pulled like a quick one a little bit, but nowadays like you're like a little bit more like actually helping and stuff. And that's kind of how I felt with my first $240 music video. I was like, okay, I kind of just like got money, but like the video wasn't that good. But nowadays, like if I were to shoot a music video, I'd be like, okay, this is mutually beneficial. Like you're gonna pay me decent, and I'm gonna make you a really good music video.
And you would also actually give input on how it could be better.
Absolutely.
Like even nowadays with Young LA, I'm like, yo, sick idea. I need another shooter. I need 2 shooters. I need an assistant. This is me not being like, oh, I want more. It's like, no, I want to make this the best it could possibly be.
Yeah.
So I need a little more resources, and that's growing as a creator.
Yo, if you want me to move to LA, bro, just say that. That's all I'm saying.
You have a nice couch right here.
Yeah, the one upstairs is really comfortable. That's all I'm saying.
So in the last like few years, right? Is there anything that you would do differently in terms of work-wise that you feel would change things now?
I'm a person that like I don't like really like regret anything. So
Yeah.
no. I mean, I guess like if I could go back now, I'd just be like a little bit more consistent with just everything in life.
Yeah.
Health, fitness, mental health, reading, posting content, everything. But no, not like really nothing. Yeah.
To me and him is a lot alike.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a very firm believer in everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, me too.
So I mean, although I can look back and bash myself and like, why were you doing this? You could have been doing this the entire time. You could have been doing that. Why didn't you learn? You know, I could do that. Anyone could do that. But I feel like everything that I went through is just a reason why I am here today.
Yeah.
It's just a path.
I think sorry.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
I think as long as you try your best at absolutely everything, and you like leave everything on the table, there's no reason for regret. Because like if you did your absolute, like, sure, if I were to go back 3 years now, knowing what I know now, I could absolutely crush it 3 years ago from me. But like I was trying my best at that time, so like I don't have anything that I regret.
Yeah, it just at the time you were giving what you had.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like we were giving everything we had for the $1,400. We weren't like half-assing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And looking back at it now, is like, or now we could just say, you know, they paid for what they got, because we didn't have the experience then. So it was like realistically, they paid for what they got. Now we would charge way more for that. So it's like
I also feel like social media's evolved so much. Like there's so much content that people absorb all day. Like bro, S-Log. I didn't start shooting S-Log until like fucking, what was it, like?
I started shooting a year ago.
You were like, oh, you're not shooting S-Log? But nowadays there's all these videos that are like raw to graded. It makes people realize like, oh, what is that? Earlier on. I just feel like there's more content out there these days that you start like skipping steps to learn more advanced stuff earlier on.
Dude, there's this.
You know what I'm saying?
There's this dude, Asim. I don't know how to say his last name. He makes music video tutorials. He's a 14-year-old from Nepal, and he
14?
is 14 or 15. One of the most raw editors I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And it's like the access to information. Like I don't want to downplay it by any means. He's insanely talented, but the access to information, like I just genuinely couldn't have learned that at that time because. You know, just like all these different reasons, and it's amazing. I'm so excited. Like I'm excited for him because I'm like,
sick.
Dude, in 10 years when he's my age, like he's gonna be insane as long as he stays consistent. Like it's insane.
Drew's like 19, 20, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, but like you said, I'm not downplaying. But like, there was no reels. Like back when we started, there was no scrolling. There was
a lot of gatekeeping too. I feel like people were big gatekeepers.
And there was big gatekeepers back then. It was like you had to like go out and really fucking learn, like really fucking.
You had to. There was no other way around. People were like, there was people doing. If you get a tutorial on YouTube back then, I feel like you were just getting a half-ass quick. That's not what they really do. Like,
and also all the products now, like people like Bryan, like there's so much. People are selling now, like their value. They're selling their value to other people, and that they could use their assets.
Yeah, I mean,
sick.
I mean, it's the creator economy. I feel like creating is just becoming more and more easy.
Creator economy, that's good.
Every single day, like right. It's just like everyone now is a creator. 10 years ago, like no one even knew how to like edit a video. Now, like 10 years like later, like today, almost everyone.
Yeah, like athletes.
Like
for brands
our parents could probably figure out how to like edit some kind of video like on their phone. Probably not the best, but like
and literally be like go on TikTok. But people need to realize this, and I'm gonna say it out here. This is great. Take everything with a grain of salt. People that are doing things now, that are just starting, need. Me and him speak about this a lot. That you need to put the reps in. Don't go online. Don't act like you're something you're not. Don't be that person.
Absolutely.
That's not like I don't know if that's me. If it's me being kind of hater or not. I don't mean it to be that way. I just feel like we did. Maybe just because it's just our story. But I literally even now don't post a lot because I feel like just do the reps and really put the work to the point that you're so proud of your stuff. Like I get it. You could be proud if you're just starting to put something out, but I feel like you shouldn't treat that like that it's worth top dollar. Because there's people that do that and it's not. You shouldn't do that. You should put in the work and want to do things and learn to get the experience. Like I went and worked a wedding for free just to go and pick up on that, just to learn something. And then just from me doing that, got me a wedding that I charged nothing for, like basically nothing for.
Yeah.
And now I'm booked for 15 weddings from one video.
I think it's a great way to like experience for sure. I mean, like I'm not gonna say like if you can charge for something, charge.
Yeah, do it.
I would say charge for it, but I think kind of like what you were getting at is like only speak and talk from a thing of experience. Like I'm not going to tell you how to do something that I don't know how to do, right?
Yeah.
Like don't be an expert in something that you're not an expert already in. Like I would never be like telling you how to do something that I don't know how to do. Like it just doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of like those like guru people out there for sure.
That could also come with the times, like you said, because now you're not just creating for yourself. There's like algorithm and this and that. So people feel like they have to fucking post. You know, like they feel like they have to keep just pumping their shit out there.
There's that aspect of it. Yeah,
but I know what you're saying. Like that's my advice to everybody who's getting started. It's like put the reps in. Like go shoot it for your friends. Go to you have a family birthday party, bring your camera. Like try flash photography. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit that's gonna sculpt you into being a really good creator.
I still to this day I'll still discount work or just do something for just because let me just do it because you know what? Like I know I can make the money.
Dude.
I know I can charge, but I just do it because I'm just like, you know what? What am I losing? Maybe learning something new.
Yeah. But as a creator, it's part of the job is eating shit for a few years and just learning, you know, like not expecting any return for how much work you're putting in.
Absolutely.
Early on.
Tiny Tapes and I the video just came out. We edited it over a year ago. A Blueface, DDG, and Sway Lee
video. You told
video.
me about that, but it just dropped.
Yeah, dude. We were like, yeah, we'll do it for free, and they're like, yeah, we need it by like Friday or Saturday. So we like spent 2 days just editing straight, and then we turned it in, and it was a banger music video. Then a year later it dropped. So like even then, like even a year ago, like I'll still do stuff for free. Like there's no reason to like if it's a cool opportunity and you can learn from it or whatever.
I'm out here literally like I just came out here, booked my own flight, and I'm out here for free. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
I love the people that he brought me around, the people I got to meet.
It's priceless, bro.
It's like priceless from what I'm like. Just seeing how he works is just for me. Is just
like you don't like I see what you're saying now. Like you don't always have to charge. Like there's for sure like different ways to charge, and it's like opportunities or experiences or learning. Like for sure.
Yeah, he could hit me up and he'd just be like, "Yo, like want to come out to LA?" And I'm like, let's imagine me going home and hitting him with an invoice. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. I would never do that because I'm just generally out here. He was like, "Yo, come out. We're gonna do a bunch of dope shit." I'm like, I'm there. Say less. I booked my flight immediately.
One of my great friends, that's kind of what happened. He was like, "Yo, you should come out and shoot content for this producer collective, Split Mind." And I was like, "Cool." And he's just like, "Yeah, you can just like stay in the air mattress." And that's what I literally like went out there for like 2 months, stayed on an air mattress and just shot content. And like I didn't ask or expect money. He was like, willing to let me stay in the Hollywood Hills.
And it's like, if they end up just like, "Yo, take it," like they insist.
I got to meet so many like of my like favorite artists and like learn so much and get so much experience. And like I'd be stupid to even ask for money for that. Yeah, exactly.
Those are the best days.
Yeah.
Like I envy these guys that are coming up, learning and like grinding. And I literally would do anything to go back to like air mattress days, fucking grinding, late night drinking 3D energy drinks at 4 a.m. Like fucking.
It's fun and not fun at the same time.
It was at the time you're like, this is crazy. Why am I doing this? I'm not even making any money. I'm just fucking trying to make something out of myself. And then like, you look back and you're like, bro, those were the days. That was when I was just a dog, bro. I just wanted more for my life, and I was just not sleeping, like grinding, sleeping, traveling, like doing like just crazy shit. I'm at work on my lunch break, like in my notebook writing down content ideas and shit. And at the time, I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Why am I doing this? But I look back, I'm like,
I also feel like you're a different breed a little bit. Like you're different.
Well, yeah.
Like you're generally different. Like we have, I'm sure, like I have my drive and everything, and like how I do things, and I'm sure he has his way.
Yeah.
But you, like seeing how you are, like different. Like I'm not. I wouldn't even lie. I'm not even lie. I'm not.
I got aggressive with changing my life. Once it was instilled in my brain, I was so tired of living the life. I was just like, bro, what am I doing? I'm not a construction worker. I'm not this guy that's gonna just dig holes the rest of his life. And I got it almost. You get like so passionate about it that it becomes like personal. You get like really aggressive with it, and you're like, fuck this, fuck that. I'm quitting my job. I'm like, it just takes over your brain, bro. And like,
I mean, I feel like I'm kind of like getting.
It's something I hope everyone can experience. Put it that way. It's something I wish you can't buy it. You can't teach it. You have to just have it in you. Like,
maybe that's just the path. Bro. Like maybe I'm getting to that point where I'll be.
You're getting there, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I say trust your timing. Everyone. Yeah. I changed my life when I was like 24.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers. But that kid's like 14.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about timing. It's all about your journey. It's your personal journey. It's not. You can't follow someone else's footsteps and expect the same exact result. It's not gonna happen.
I agree.
You're doing everything you gotta be doing. This is where you need to be.
I'm supposed to be here right now.
Hell yeah, bro.
I heard a quote recently. I really like it. It was by Alex Ramosi. He says, "When you're choosing what to do, choose the thing that has the cooler story. Because worst case scenario, you have a cool story, and best case scenario, it works out and you have a really cool story. So like choose like I was like, damn, it's really simple like framework, but like it's like I could move out here and like maybe I hate it. I don't know. Like I haven't experienced like actually living in my own place out here, but I'm willing to try it. And I'm sure it will work out, but if it doesn't, it's still a cool story. You know what I mean?
Story,
and most importantly, you're not forcing it.
No,
I thought that was going to add on to what he was saying is don't ever force anything. Like I could have moved out here how long ago? Like I had the money to do it. It's not the right time. it's not something, I don't think I would ever really move out here. I would like I would sublet or
I've
whatever.
said that before.
I would do that. So I'm bi-coastal. So like I'm bi-coastal. Like I would have somewhere to be if I ever wanted to come out here. You know what I mean? Like it's same. Like me and you had the same idea. Like I live in Chicago. I don't want to move. I live in New York. I don't want to move. But we can get an apartment and it'll cost us $10,000 for the year. We'll split it 5,000. Go there anytime we want.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always for sure have a place in Chicago. Yeah, for sure.
Say that Hermosi quote one more time.
So whenever you're choosing like what to do, just like choose the more. He says it way better. Choose the more epic story, basically.
We're gonna end
on that.
Yeah.
That is. First of all, I've been watching him so much. I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, dude, amazing.
I just got hooked on his shit. I used to just see him on like when I'm scrolling, but now I've like been listening to like the 3-hour long pods. He's fucking
so good.
Fucking guru, bro.
Just trust yourself. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Do what you need to do for yourself.
Sounds cliche, but trust
it's literally
that
the most
process.
truest. It's so cliche, but it's the truest thing to tell anyone. Trust the process. You're where you're supposed to be. That's it. That's
Trust
all I'm
the
saying.
time.
I'm done. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. All right. Rect Pod episode 4. A nice little hour. Elliot will put these guys' info down in the description. Go follow Bryan, follow John, check out their work, pick up some shake sauce.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, if you want to.
And see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.